So I was originally gonna do like a fully edited thing like I usually do, but I'm just not feeling it today. I've had a lot of big assignments, so I kind of want to do a little break. I'm still gonna do a little bit of editing though. So for my paper, I wrote about the Aphrodisiac Telephone by Salvador Dali. This is a surrealist object that was created in a 10-piece set. The one that's on display at the Minneapolis Institute of Art is unpainted, but the painted ones usually have a black base with, a lobster paint on the actual lobster itself to make it look more realistic. The surface level surrealism here is obviously that a telephone's handpiece would not normally be a lobster, but the interesting part about what really ties it into the surrealism movement is the fact that when you're talking into the mouthpiece of the handset, that's actually located approximately where the genitals of a lobster would be, which is a deep Freudian connection that ties itself closely with the Freudian ideas that a lot of surrealist artists borrow from. Like, sort of almost a Oedipus complex where subconsciously the person who's picking up the telephone is attracted to those genitals, or at least in the mind of Sigmund Freud. I'm not sure how many people would be aware of the fact that the genitals are supposed to be in the tail, but when I was researching this object, I found that a very interesting little tidbit. I didn't realize that it would have such a deep connection like that. And then I also looked at the history of the surrealist objects that Salvador Dali made. There were a lot of influences that he was able to draw from his personal life. How he took a lot from, how Giorgio de Chirico depicted shadows, or how René Magritte would translate surrealist concepts into real 3D objects. And he took all of that and put it all together in the building blocks of how he wanted to construct his 3D surrealist objects. And then I guess I can talk a little bit more about how I ended my paper here, about how it sort of ties later into how advertisers started co-opting a lot of surrealism into like viral marketing that we see nowadays, starting in the 2000s. You can definitely imagine this object being given away, like if it was a promotional object being given away by like Red Lobster or something to promote the restaurant, and like it just sort of feeds into the commercialization of these objects, which I think, it's definitely more of my own personal opinion rather than something fully researched. Maybe somebody should write a paper about that. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you.